hello, and welcome back to another Rise of Empires video with me, Mr.Gill, and the Guardian Gaming Squad. Guardian, lovely to see you again.
It's good to be back. It's always good to be here.
Fantastic. Through the magic of editing, we're still wearing the same clothes as we wore in the last video. Look at that.
Yeah, no change ever.
I used to do that when I first started making videos. I actually used to change t-shirts, even though I was recording them. Like, I used to record 8 videos in a row, and I would change t-shirts so it looked like I wasn't sitting there doing the same thing. And then I was like, I don't think anybody cares. Anyway, we are back, and once again I have completely forgotten to change the title of this little thing on the side. But Guardian, what are we talking about today?
Technology power.
Technology power. So Clash of Provinces Day 3 is all about the tech research. What are we going to do? What's the best strat? What should we be doing the day before? What should we be doing? Should we do anything the week before?
On what you're researching, like, or how far you are in researches, you could start that prior, but because you only have one queue in research, you're going to be spending a ton of resources on tech day. So you need to be prepared for that. Basically, storing as many resources as you can for tech day.
Okay, so when you say one queue, I just want to double check here. There are 2 little lock symbols at the bottom here, which I assume mean second and third queues. Those are not available to free-to-play players, are they?
You have to purchase things, and you have to be gifted buffs and stuff like that in order to unlock those.
Cool, because I know people will ask, they'll be like, oh, why can't I use that one? That's definitely, if you got the money, go for it, do what you do, but otherwise, everybody's going to stick with one queue. Alright, so we can try and start a little bit beforehand, but you know, it is so resource intensive to use one queue to research something. What should we be researching, mate?
So you should be basing all your research on the highest producing technological power that you can get out of each upgrade. And that's going to be your zone comm research. Your zone comm research will give you 2 to 3 times more power per upgrade than any other research you can do. So try to save those researches for tech day alone.
And, you know, obviously, I'm the smartest man alive, so you can see that I actually have my ZoneCon research running today, purely by fluke. I didn't even realize that. Look, it's really important, and I think, you know, Guardian has touched on an important thing there, the power. And we talked about it a little bit in the last video about building upgrades. This little bloody eye here, which tells you information about the upgrade, shows you the power increase. And I don't think enough people look at it, because, you know, until you mention it again, it's something I haven't thought of in years, is it's actually, again, this is nearly doubling power. Every upgrade is a doubling in power. There is very few researchers that have that. So I think you're right. So zone comm, why not zone conflict?
Zone conflict it's not going to help you get rewards from Clash of Provinces. It's only going to help you during KE events, really. So you need to focus on zone comm first, because you're going to get more benefits from it.
Okay, fantastic. Because even though it actually does add the same doubling of power there, because all it's going to do is give you points, extra points for 1 day KE, or 2 days if you choose it to be, and whereas zone comm is going to give you extra points for 5 days.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, so zone comm research is going to be very wood and iron based resources expensive. So you need to plan, you know, prioritize collecting wood and iron for that day.
Right.
But
okay.
when you run out of wood and iron, then you have another option that most people don't think of. You can go to accessory production, I think it's called, and most of those upgrades cost marble and food. So they're going to be the 2 resources you weren't using during your zone comm. And the upgrades from accessory production also give so much more power than the other technologies out there. Even upgrading your class Legion wouldn't give as much power as these two techs combined.
I mean, they're not as good as the zone com in terms of doubling, but it looks to be about 60%. And you're completely right. So we're using two different types of resources between two different types of research, both of which are the biggest amount of power we can research.
So you're creating a balance there, so you're not running out of just two things
Balance.
that you're going to need for everything else as well. So you can balance out using all four resources on tech day and getting the most power you can for your boxes out of doing the least amount of upgrades.
I think that's absolutely amazing. And again, we go back to it's not something I didn't really think about. It's kind of like you just do the research as you have the resources for, but I never thought, oh, this is using a lot of this type of resource. Let's try something that doesn't. Um, Fantastic tip. Super. I'm a little bit annoyed I didn't think of this earlier, but that's fine. That's all fine. That's why you're here. In terms of research day, I personally think it's the hardest day of the week. Would you agree, or do you think there's a harder one?
I agree with you. It's the hardest day because you only have that one queue and you can't really plan ahead other than collecting resources for it. Like build day, you could start your build 5 days ahead of time and use all those resources 5 days ahead of time. So you have them back by the time you get there. So you're not really pushing your resources on build day as much as you are tech day.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I have noticed, I mean, as an aside from Clash of Province, there's often some new events here where we can, using courage medals, gives us particular rewards that we use for other things. I've been trying to focus some of those researchers into ZoneCon, which uses a lot of courage medals, into those. I can't remember what they're called though, but there's not one today, is there? No, I don't think so. Do you remember what those things were that you say if you use like 50 courage medals or something, it gives you points?
Yeah, they did that for a week long, but
Oh, right.
you always want to pay attention to those events in the benefits center. That's usually how I base my day, other than Clash of Province, what I'm going to do with my stamina off of those events up there in the benefits center.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you completely. And kind of, as I said, off topic a little bit is there's so many events up there these days. There's constantly something happening.
Yeah, and if they go along with the COP day, like if they have one that's asking for research power, then that's just extra rewards you're getting. So
I
always pay attention to
I
what's up there.
I got this Cleopatra yesterday. I didn't even realize I had these little red gems. They've been sitting in my backpack for 2 or 3 months. So
Same.
yeah, I pressed this button yesterday, got Cleopatra, and I think a double. And I'm like, okay, sweet, that was nice, and didn't even realize. I don't know if she's any good yet, but super cool. Anyway, sorry, off topic. So just to reiterate, Wednesdays, Zone Com and accessory production is the best bet because they use a balance of various resources across the four resource types, and they also provide the most amount of research power, which hence gets you the most points. Is that so?
Correct. That would be my best way to help somebody get through tech day, is with that information.
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've done Monday, we've done Tuesday, we've done Wednesday. I know what everybody's waiting for. They're waiting for what I used to call HDD, what I used to call the best day of the freaking week, Hero Development Day, which still makes me tingle every time. Do you like Hero Development Day, Guardian?
Hero Development Day.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome. There's no better feeling, and this is the one reason that this game is so addictive. Is just pulling those tickets and getting that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. My little vice every week. Um, So obviously we will come back with a Hero Development Day video talking all about the different strategies, because I mean we were talking, I think actually in the Alliance chat a couple of weeks ago, about splitting heroes, which I haven't done in ages, but it's still a viable strategy, is it not?
They'll do it at least 2 weeks out of every month.
Yeah, okay, fantastic, cool. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching us both. We really appreciate it. We will check your comments down below, answer as we can, and take any recommendations for new videos. As I said, the next video out after this one should be on Hero Development Day, which I'm super excited about. Can't wait to see you there. Guardian, lovely to see you, mate. Catch you in the next one, yeah?
Yep. Thanks for having me.
No worries, man. Cheers, bye.